All right, Grandma, let's see what you've got in that bag, barked Officer Donovan, roughly shoving the elderly woman forward. Connie Bowmont stumbled, her polished walking stick clattering against the sidewalk. I'm just walking, she said, voice trembling. Don't play dumb. Officer Finn sneered, yanking her purse. Hey, that's mine, she snapped, reaching for it. Donovan slammed her against the cruiser, his arm pinning her chest. Her head knocked the side mirror. Blood streaked her temple, soaking into the collar of her simple blue dress. A teenager lifted his phone. Another bystander froze on the curb. But no one stepped in. Badges flashed in the sun. Power spoke without words. You think you can talk back? Donovan growled. You're under arrest. Resisting. Disorderly conduct. I was just getting fresh air. Shut your mouth. Finn cut in, picking up her cane. With one swift movement, he broke it over the car fender. Let's see you walk now, Grandma. Donovan chuckled. They always act sweet and helpless. Meanwhile, their grandsons are robbing stores. Connie's voice dropped to a rasp. Why are you doing this? You don't ask questions. You obey. Donovan barked, grabbing her arm tighter. She winced. The younger cop shoved her again. Her spine hit hot metal. Breath fled her lungs. Maybe you'll learn not to stare at us like you're better, Finn hissed. Face the car. I haven't done anything, she cried. Donovan slammed his elbow into her back. She cried out, legs giving way. She collapsed against the cruiser, trembling. Across the street, phones recorded. Nobody moved. Keep recording, and you'll get arrested too. Finn barked at a woman holding up her phone. The woman flinched and lowered it, Connie gasped. Her hands trembled as they moved under her dress. She found her phone. Her fingers, smeared with blood, managed to unlock it. She tapped a contact. IT rang once. Twice. 3 times. Mom? A voice answered. She bit her lip. Son, they're hurting me. What? Who? Where? Maple and Oak. Near the library. A click. Then silence. She hung up and slipped the phone back, slow and careful. Her body slumped, but inside fire surged. Behind her, the officers argued. Naked man running through traffic, Finn muttered. We're stuck babysitting Grandma. Donovan grunted. Search her stuff. Bet she stole something. He nudged her foot. Still breathing, hag? She stayed silent. They dumped her purse. ID, asthma inhaler, prescriptions, a coin pouch. Worthless junk, Finn scoffed. Told you. Fake innocent. Her fists clenched. Her bones ached. But something else throbbed now, fury. And something else, anticipation. A boy on a scooter coasted by, slowing as he passed. Their eyes met. He said nothing. Rode on. That silence crushed more than the bruises. What are you looking at, witch? Finn snarled, throwing a crumpled receipt at her. Stop pretending you're the victim. Still, she didn't respond. But something inside her had shifted and a clock had started ticking. Because the voice she called wasn't just any son, and they had no idea who he was. The low rumble echoed from a few blocks down. Tires screeched. Somewhere a car door slammed. A woman's voice shouted. Then, silence returned. Donovan looked up, squinting toward the intersection. What now? Before Finn could reply, a sleek black vehicle turned sharply onto Maple Avenue, silent fast. It stopped mid-road. The engine purred, menacing and deliberate. Both officers tensed. The rear door opened and a tall figure stepped out, dressed not like law enforcement, but like something more. Black boots, crisp black jacket, eyes hidden behind dark lenses. His walk was calm, controlled, but each step echoed like warning bells. He didn't look at them. He looked only at Connie. Recognition flickered across her bloodied face. Her breath caught. Finn nudged Donovan. You know that guy? No, Donovan muttered, but I don't like how he walks. The man approached with slow precision. No badge, no weapon drawn. But his presence made the air thicken. Passers-by paused. Even the wind seemed to hold still. Can I help you, sir? Finn called out, hand drifting toward his belt. The man stopped 3 paces away, tilted his head. I believe, he said quietly, you've made a very serious mistake. Donovan scoffed. You a lawyer or something? The man's lips didn't move. His jaw tightened. And then Connie, still on the ground, shaking, voice barely audible, spoke her son's name. That one name made both officers stiffen, not because they recognized it, but because they realized someone else might. Because that name held weight, power, and revenge. When he arrived, the street fell silent. The world would remember the name Constance Bowmont. "Let's wrap this up," Donovan muttered, glancing around. "This is getting risky." Finn shifted nervously, eyes flicking toward a security camera. "We put her in the car." Say, she resisted. "Nobody cares about old women." Donovan crouched next to Connie. "You can walk, or we'll drag you like garbage. Your choice." Connie didn't move. Her bruised eyes revealed no fear, just a quiet, controlled rage. The younger officer leaned in, raising his hand, when a deafening roar shattered the silence. A black military truck screeched around the corner, tires smoking. It halted abruptly, doors slamming open. Two soldiers stepped out, faces hidden under helmets. Then came a tall man, broad shoulders, black boots, decorated uniform, metals gleaming in the sunlight. His icy stare cut through the officers like a blade. Finn swallowed. Who is that?" The man ignored them. A soldier handed him a satellite phone. He spoke, voice sharp. "Incident report. Assault in progress on unarmed civilian. 2 officers involved. Coordinates locked. Escalated response authorized." Donovan stepped forward, stammering, "This is a misunderstanding. Sir, this doesn't concern you." Finally, the man looked up. "It concerns me more than you'll ever understand." He glanced at Connie, voice softening. "Mom." Tears welled in Connie's swollen eyes. "David," she whispered. General David Bowmont turned toward the officers, voice hardening. "My mother was assaulted. Her rights ignored. Her dignity destroyed." He raised his hand. The soldiers advanced. "Drop your weapons and kneel." Donovan's arrogance faded. His weapon fell. Finn hesitated, but the soldier's presence forced him to comply. "You have no jurisdiction," Finn blurted, fear cracking his voice. David took a step closer. "I am General David Bowmont of the United States Armed Forces. You assaulted my mother on public property, on federal grounds. Jurisdiction belongs to me now." Finn's knees gave out. Donovan clenched his jaw, knelt reluctantly. David walked over, kneeling beside Connie. He gently wiped blood from her temple. "Are you all right?" Connie managed a small smile. "I am now." David stood, voice resonating with power. "You will both answer for this. You won't hide behind uniforms." Cameras began to gather. Reporters whispered, recognizing the general. Live streams captured everything. David pointed to the soldiers. "Arrest them. Handle them with respect. Unlike how they treated my mother." Handcuffs clicked. Donovan's shoulders sagged. Finn's lip quivered that a reporter called out, "General Bowmont. Any words to the public?" David faced the camera. "This ends today. This is not just for my mother. It's for everyone silenced, beaten, disrespected because of skin color, age, or status. No more hiding. No more silence." Cheers erupted from the crowd as people stepped forward. Bystanders who had been too scared to act now recorded boldly. David turned back to Connie. "Let's go home, Mom." But Connie's hand tightened on his arm. Her voice was low but firm. "Not yet." David blinked. "What do you mean?" Connie stood taller, spine straightening despite pain. Her gaze swept the street, meeting the eyes of everyone who had stayed silent. "I want every neighbor, every officer, every passerby to see this," Connie said. "See what happens when injustice is exposed. I won't leave until everyone understands. What you did, David, is what every son should do." Tears filled David's eyes. "As you wish, Mom." Reporters surged forward. Microphones hovered. Connie cleared her throat, ignoring her pain. "This isn't about revenge," she began, voice carrying. "It's about respect, about being seen. I walked these streets before these officers were born. I paid taxes, I raised a family, I served my country in quiet dignity. And today I was beaten like a criminal because I was invisible to them." Gasps filled the air. Finn whimpered. Donovan looked away. Connie's voice remained steady. "But I am not invisible. Neither are the rest of us." Applause broke out from the crowd. Some wept. Others shouted in support. David beamed with pride. "Now, Mom." She nodded. "Now." Together, mother and son walked past the cameras, heads high, dignity restored. Behind them, corruption was exposed, justice began its course, and a message remained imprinted on that street. Never underestimate an old woman who taught her son never to bow to injustice.